Wait a minute.
This is the Starin Park water tower. It is also called the Witch's Tower. It is in Starin Park in Whitewater, Wisconsin.
Oh. One person can start a rumor.
Yeah, but one time.
Look at how tall that is. There is a fence around it so nobody can get into it. And the plaque on there says that it was erected in 1890 by C.E. Gray Jr. and Company contractors. There's a steel door with a lock on it. And it looks like some electrical on the side of it. Looks like there used to be a light.
Isn't he supposed to be commentating?
And there's a light up there. I am now going to take a walk around the water tower and show all sides of it. It's very sunny out. See, it's very tall. There's another light over here. And an access door that's got boarded up. And as you can see, there's an access point to get out and climb up to the top right there. But the door's been boarded up, so you can't actually get out there. And there it is.
Here we are at Calvary Cemetery.
Horn blows! How about the driver?
Right.
dance that some of it's behind us. Here we are at Calvary Cemetery. This is where somewhere in here is
self-proclaimed witch?
Somewhere in this cemetery
is Mary Worth.
It's Mary Worth. She was a self-proclaimed witch, and she was considered a murderer. And according to the story,
She haunts the cemetery.
okay,
There's a lot.
let me tell you again, because somebody decides they're going to go like this, past
whatever.
you, and then come back to the camera. Supposedly she's buried here somewhere, and supposedly she haunts this cemetery. So,
And this is
what's
also
the other story about it?
Well, this is also one of the 3 cemeteries that's considered the Witch's Triangle. And everything within the Witch's Triangle is pretty much haunted or something.
In other words, the UW campus.
Yeah,
And they
most
say
of the
most of
UW
it,
campuses
they
falls
say
within
most
that
of the
triangle.
campus itself is supposedly.
Well, this is smack dab in the middle of
Right,
campus.
so it's right there. Campus is right off there. You can't miss it. It's just right across the street from
In
us.
fact, right over there, just behind
The Warhawk Stadium.
cemetery, is
Right.
the Warhawk Stadium.
And we've been going by parking lots that are numbered. You know, like lot 40, lot 60. That's a sign of the college campus.
And the noise that you hear in the background is the college from the noise.
And earlier we were at
Actually,
the
what
Witch's
you hear
Tower.
in the background is the steam.
The steam pipe that's over there.
I think that's actually the power plant for the university. I think they have a similar system here as they do in Madison. They have an actual steam setup.
I just wonder if this right here.
Nope,
That
Are
ain't
you
it.
that ain't it. Now,
I
what we're
think
going to have
gonna
to do
be
is
it.
we're going to have to do some further research, find out exactly where Mary Worth is. This isn't the biggest cemetery we've been in, but it is big enough where
So basically,
We
the
can't
town
find
folk
it
of the
too
1800s here tried her, convicted her of being a witch and a murderer, and they killed her.
Yeah.
They hung her.
Yeah. Whitewater is known as the second Salem.
That's one of the stories.
Well, that's what they say. It's
So did you
nicknamed.
get any video or footage of us talking to these guys over there?
No. I didn't want to get.
Well, you should have asked them if it had been all right.
We would have needed actual release forms,
Yeah. You got 'em.
which I will have to make up and print off so that next time. Because
Run across something like that, and we talk to these people, we got to be able to say, hey, you know,
All right.
check this out. We met up with
Now-
some other people from a different investigating.
We got 2 more cemeteries to check out that are part of the Witch's Triangle. So we'll be on those next, because we're not going to waste a lot of time looking for Mary Worth today. Oh, fuck off, bastard. But we will come back out here so that we can find it.
yeah, because we should be able to go on to a website and find out where she's actually buried.
Well, either that or take one of the spirit tours out here that they do.
Yeah, do that too. Check this out now. Now I want you to come over here. I want you to stand, go on next to the cars. You know, sure you get all the headstones that are along here. Headstones along there. You know, show the road.
So actually walking on the road.
Places. Don't have to show the cars plates.
I'm not.
Show it along. You know, walk along here.
He's trying to be a director. He stinks at it.
What Mark is trying to show us is that there are gravestones right on the side of the road, which means we were driving over graves, which I had noticed earlier. But
that might be a part of what's disturbing the cemetery as well.
Yeah, might be.
You know, because the road's the only access they could put along here is over top older graves. And if you look at the stones here. I'll cover that up so you don't see the name. Look, on a stone. See the years? Okay.
1852 to 1919.
Yeah, move it so I don't. I'm not gonna let you see the 1800s.
1870.
Okay, the guy was 65 years old. You know, 1800s.
1863.
Yeah.
Which means these graves have been here for a while, long before this road was ever.
This is probably some of the originals that were buried along here, and then they go and put roads over top of them. That right there could even cause some of the paranormal.
Because you're driving on the graves.
If I remember right,
because actually, if you look,
down all the way down that way is newer.
So actually, if you kind of pay attention to some of the stuff,
I walked over there.
You didn't argue?
Yep. No.
If you pay attention to some of the things that we're talking about with paranormal and stuff like that, if you disturb graves, it will cause paranormal activity.
You're right there.
And your
mere presence could just be affecting it.
What am I thinking of here? What the hell is that word? You know, where I guess tradition. Tradition of burials and stuff is once the body's in the ground. Some people, some cultures,
there's different
believe that once the bodies are in the ground, that you don't ever disturb them. You don't walk over them. You don't stand over them. You don't dig them up. You don't do any of that crap.
How do we know that
some of the different rituals?
How do we know that the bodies aren't behind the headstones?
Well, if there are, then I'm standing on them. And if they're not, then you're standing.
I didn't know that the stones weren't just moved.
You know what I mean?
No, it's kind of hard to film when both of you are not in the picture.
So that's one of the theories behind hauntings, you know, behind paranormal activities, disturbing of the grave.
Okay, so what is the next?
But to explain him, I'd say it's the disturbing of the mind.
Oh, fuck off. But that's like Forest Hill, for example, where they built a cemetery around and on the Indian burial ground there too.
But they were careful not to disturb the Indian burial grounds. They were, or the hills.
But still, how do you know that doesn't?
It may have upset them.
You know, there's a whole different set of.
At that point, why would disturbing Indian burial mounds by placing graves around them? Why would that constitute some of the sightings Civil War?
Because
I got a theory for that too. You want my theory?
Yeah.
You want my theory? Seriously?
We're full of theories today.
Right.
Come on.
You want my theory? All right. Let's just say that those spirits are uneasy because they're very close to their burial grounds, and there's creating some kind of
conflict,
spiritual war there going on that we just don't see.
That's actually a really good theory.
And they would disturb the sacred land of the Indians and Native Americans, whatever tribe that might be. And in each tribe, we all know that
this area probably more likely Ho-Chunk.
We don't know. Most tribes who knows how many tribes were in Wisconsin back then? We haven't done that far research, you know. But think about it.
Someone's got to go relieve some spirits.
Each different.
Another person in there's got to release some
spirits.
But
each different tribes. You know, you had tribes that were friendly, you had tribes that were aggressive, and you had tribes that had different rituals. So God only knows.
I understand. Unlike us, they can't tie it in a knot. So let's wrap this up.
All right, wrap it up.
I don't have any corks with me, so we can plug them.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're wrapping it up. We're going to move on to the next one.
Get the notice of the sign.
This is Oak Grove Cemetery. As you see, there's a sign. It is locked.
Here we are at Oak Grove Cemetery in Whitewater, and it's no longer for use for burials, so it's been fenced in and locked off, so we can't get in here and get any readings. This is one of the 3 cemeteries in Whitewater that make the Witch's Triangle, and unfortunately we don't have the power to get inside. So we'll have to check into that one, how we do that. We heard a few things on our first stop today from another group that we met. So we might be able to gain access through one of their, what was that called, a tour?
Spirit tour.
A spirit tour out here, and they take tours and give us more history on
It's in October.
the 4 locations, so we might have to check into that in October. But until then, I guess this stop is a quick one because we can't gain access, as you can see. And this cemetery is closed, but they keep it maintained, so obviously somebody must have climbed the fence too, because look at the can up there.
Yep.
I did get a little spike on our reading, but I think it might have been just, this is a Revolutionary War veteran sign here. So this is a pretty old cemetery in and of itself too, like the other one was pretty old. They probably date back even further than the 1800s maybe. If you've got Revolutionary War veterans in here.
The cemetery does have a lot of history. Unfortunately, we're not able to get into it because we do not have the power to access it.
Back off. Be careful. Get back this way. Those are just hanging there. Look how a good storm come through. Those branches, that branch get a good gust of wind, that branch come down and fall and hit you good. Hanging there from a thread.
Well, look at that tree there.
Yeah, the storm probably came through good. But that's recent over there.
So is that.
I think the meter reading I got in the parking lot was just the bounce of me getting out of the car. Or stuffing up the stuff.
But you can
it's
see,
been all zero since then.
you can see the, some of the headstones.
Yeah, they're very old.
Are tipped over.
Yeah, they were kind of, I saw a couple tipped over in the other one too.
Yeah.
So we got one more to go to now, and that's Hillside. And that makes up the Witch's Triangle. Maybe we'll have better luck at Hillside and getting in.
Well, that's over by the lake.
But people obviously break in here or something because they must have climbed the fence and then climbed and sat up there and put their can, left it up there. And then there's like empty drink things over there on the fence line inside.
The headstone here I see, it says, I think it says 1915.
Yeah, but with that Civil War marker, they probably date back further,
Yeah.
early 1800s. You know, there's one that's just like a slab, like look
Yep.
at it, it's like a piece of paper propped up over there because it's so thin. And it looks extremely old from a distance. This one looks a little bigger than the one we were in before this. What was the one we were in before this?
Calvary.
Calvary. So it's Calvary, Oak Hill, and Hillside are the 3 cemeteries. We gotta do research on that. It's pretty old. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people left of the grave.
Other than the people that mow the lawn and there were a couple flags out there that looked from this year.
There's a sign down there that says it's, there's a sign way down there about the Revolutionary War. Way down there. But yeah, there's a sign. It says
I'm sure they open it on Memorial Day and Labor Day and Veterans Day.
Used for burials that it's been closed. And you can see that over there by the gate, you can see somebody's obviously jumped the fence a couple of times. They left pop cans on top of those 2 stone pillars there by the iron gate.
Come on here, stand over there. Alright, what's this one?
This is Oak Hill.
Oak Hill?
Oak Grove.
Oak Grove. Okay. Alright, now we're here at the Oak Grove Cemetery. And as you can see, there's a nice fence around it. Can't get in. Not used for burials anymore, so the city closed it down. I don't think it's proper because it's a public land that was set aside by the city for burial.
I've never heard of a cemetery being closed
This is
down
the first
before.
time I've ever heard anything like this happening to a cemetery. Could be because people are being stupid because of the legends. That's a possibility there. But I think it's wrong to do. You should be able to get in there. I mean, I'm sure that some of these
there's a
graves are still have valuable people that want to visit them and stuff too.
Yeah, we can't get in to see any.
But we can't get in there.
I mean,
and I'm not going to jump the fence. I'm not going to be a criminal to do that.
1923
No.
there, but
Lisa was telling me that part of the history of this too, that in the back corner, and I believe where we're standing, up, if you go back into the back corner back there, that there are graves of some of the alleged witches that were from the 1800s. She said she was reading it online. I didn't get to see that part of it, so.
well, no, I didn't get to do all my research either. We were kind of.
That'd be kind of interesting.
We have to do some further investigation.
We'll investigate more, see
Maybe
why
take
it's
the
actually
spiritual tour
closed
that's
down,
out here.
see if maybe the spirit tour will take you through this graveyard or not,
We'll have to look into
and
it.
we'll check it out. But
That's another reason.
as
that
for
we
now,
wouldn't
we're not
mind
going to be able to
having
get
a
in here.
That's another reason to have sponsors and board those tours. Those are more tickets
It's not
we got
just
to buy.
that, and it's just, you know, with sponsors you can do a little bit better stuff
Right,
too.
and we can get these better tours because then we can get access to places we can't
So
get
the next
access
one
to.
is Hillside, I think, right? Hillside Cemetery. It's the biggest
Yeah.
one that's in Whitewater.
And it's the last one. that
And
makes
it's
up
the last
witch-
one on our list, and it supposedly is the last one that makes up the Witch's Triangle. And
That's
I
also
kinda-
where Pratt's
I
buried.
kind of think of it the way Tanya's thinking of it here. How the hell can it be a triangle when it's not even a triangular shape?
You
No,
have
it's
to
not,
look at it,
because
you have to look at it
because the one that you point out to me is over by the lake. It's almost like straight over there.
I know. It's over. by
It's
the
not a
All I know
triangle.
is they showed it on a map.
It's kind of goofy. It may be another name for it too. Not. It's a triangle shape, but it's not
Would it be kind of
a triangle.
different marks with a pentagon?
Hedric.
Yeah, it's one of those geometric shapes.
It's a
yeah.
geometric. Okay.
God damn it! I know the name of
Like
it.
a
Dude,
left
I
triangle,
can't
right
think
triangle,
of it.
left.
It's pissing me off.
Well, we'll look it up. We'll look it up.
That's,
I think
see,
it might be an obtuse
No, it's
triangle.
an anal
No.
inventive
This is
triangle.
the-
It only gets to be a triangle on Halloween.
This is this is the curse of having a PhD in your head and not
Well,
being able to recall
but
shit.
speaking of curses, the thing is, they said Mary Worth put a curse on the entire
Now you got
town.
squeaks going.
Yeah, whatever.
But,
Okay,
you
so-
you have to
She's
look
a
into
little
these
mouse.
legends.
So, are we gonna wrap this up and
Yeah,
then
we're gonna
move
wrap
on?
this up.
No, we're gonna stand
I
here
think my
and
meter
film what's
going off
left,
over there was a
and
fluke.
we're gonna stand here. We're gonna insult each other because he belongs out there, not over here.
Out there?
He says that he's over 300 years old. He should be buried over there
I
somewhere.
know, this is like, I don't know, like my 5th or 6th lifetime now.
Yeah, I know. But you know,
Before this, I
unfortunately,
lived in Italy.
you know, actually, it's a possibility that they didn't just curse the town. They may have cursed the entire state because we're stuck with him.
Oh, we're stuck with you. Maybe you should go back. Oh, I better not say that because it might be considered racist or a bad thing too.